Now you would think that the coolest content comes with the coolest video footage, right? Well, in my case, that wasn't necessarily so. You see, there'd be lots of visually appealing opportunity for the camera, but I lacked the personal bandwidth to be able to manage everything. So there'd be some great shot and I would miss it. Well, this episode's no different, right? I mean, I didn't even have a stand for my GoPro or a mount, and so the helicopter rotor wash is continually blowing the cameras over. And while it's a little disappointing on one hand, maybe it's perfect in another way. It's very authentic, very raw. I did my best. I patched together episode 18, where we are trying to set this 1,200-pound steel I-beam in the roof of the Glacier Hut. It was July 21st, 2022. And I couldn't afford to bring a helicopter up from Anchorage to set this big I-beam. And it just so happened, by the grace of God, my brother ends up stationed 2 miles down the road with an astar helicopter, a sling line, and several hours of freedom. This was the one day in the entire summer where the walls of the Glacier Hut were stood, but there was no roof, and I couldn't have a roof there if I wanted to set the I-beam. It weighs 1,200 pounds, so it takes a big helicopter. And also, he was working with some people that were generous enough to allow him the freedom to come and do this for me. And they only charged me the flying time that I used the helicopter to go out and back. My brother was actually there working for a local biking company, and they were using the helicopter to shuttle athletes to the top of surrounding peaks. And then those athletes were on mountain bikes just bombing down these slopes. Super awesome, really fun. So really thankful that they let us use the helicopter, as well as Alpha, the company that my brother works for. They knew that we were going to steal the helicopter for the evening and go do this job. And then additionally, as if all of that weren't enough to be thankful for, my neighbors, Steve and George, father, son, I called them and said, is there any chance you'd want to drive up here and deliver me an I-beam? Because I had the I-beams here in Wasilla. I needed them at Sheep Mountain. And they dropped what they were doing and drove them 70 miles uphill. Never could have done this Glacier Hut build without the support of family and friends. Everything just came together in the most amazing way. I wish the film matched the event, but let's get going.
Do you have any of those people in your life that just drop what they're doing and come to help you as soon as you need it? These are my neighbors, Steve and George. They drove these I-beams up to me so that my brother could sling them out to the hut, and it was very last minute. Super thankful for their help, because without it, this would not have gotten done. This is my older brother, Zach. I'll never be as cool as him. Plus, he flies helicopters. And this all came together rather rapidly, and we're gonna see if we can get this beam set. I'm gonna test this and make sure it yeah. I heard it.
Yeah, it did.
This was interesting. The I-beam ended up acting more like a wing than we expected, and when it caught the wind, it really started to swing, but no drama. Zach got it under control. Zach set the I-beam down on the runway and landed and shut the helicopter off, and then kind of gave us a rundown on what it was going to look like to set this I-beam and to have us catch it.
So this is down.
How much visibility do you have watching what we're doing?
Horrible visibility.
Okay.
Do you want me out in front of you?
No, I need right on the load. So if you're up there and then So with the volume maxed out, if you hold it to your ear, you can hear and we can communicate, and it is a nice backup. What are you set on? So if you just stand there. So I'll bring it right to you.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to just jump in there and manhandle it.
Okay.
Like you can swing it around, you can, as it's coming down, you swing it and put it where you want it. But if your arms are up,
Yeah.
I know that I'm above you. So if you're just waiting for me, it's real easy to see that.
Okay.
Or if I'm flat, if you want me to hold that altitude, just go like this. So let's just take that first, then this, and then this.
Sure. Sounds good.
So
Don't run and be all tired. It's not that big a deal. I'll wait 5 minutes.
I've never felt more like reality TV than right now. There's a helicopter coming. The weather's rolling in. That might have been too much. That was probably over the top. But the point is, it feels like a lot. The plan is to set that I-beam in the roof. We'll see. Hey buddy, you rock star.
Ladder secure, screwed down.
Awesome. I was just telling the video camera I never felt so much like reality TV.
Oh, buddy. This is...
And then I had to do the whole weather's moving in.
Oh, no.
I'm just... that's just
Well,
a joke for the camera.
Was that a... There's a sound two cubs right there.
Where?
Grizzly bear.
You're kidding
Running
me.
through the brush.
When?
We're gonna have to get this beam set quick, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, I was actually believing you. You knucklehead. I was like,
reality TV. I'm like, all right.
oh, I'm gullible.
I did this. I spray painted the top of that beam pocket with orange,
Oh, nice.
so he can see that, like target, right? So
Heck yeah, buddy. Like Zach said, how'd he say it? Slow is steady and steady is fast.
Yeah.
So stinking thankful for this weather. I mean, seriously, the forecast today was not for this.
because this is international, like this, Matt.
Yeah,
You can't miss that. Wait,
Because this is down.
that's down. And this is up.
Okay, got it. So. Oh, buddy, that was something. That was a little bit.
Hit and started bouncing. I was like, Matt, get out of there, freaking.
Oh, I know it. I do not envy my brother's job. That is stress. It's Grace ice and water, tools, nail guns, screws, blah.
Right there.
Okay.
As long as the helicopter was there, we put it to work bringing up several loads from the runway. Elias would hook them up, and then I would catch him up by the hut.
Okay, boys and girls.
When we were kids, my dad owned a little construction company, so my brother and I have worked together a lot. It was really fun that he is able to hang out for the day. It was amazing to have another set of experienced hands to help us set the rafters. You might be wondering if that I-beam is structurally required, and I don't believe that it is, but it's a really nice peace of mind given the potential snow loads that this area might receive. Zach was able to hang out for a couple hours until we had all the rafters set and we had the fascia nailed on. Eventually Zach had to go, so we brought him back all the straps and shackles and hooks that he used to set the I-beam. So he took that sweet piece of helicopter and hit the road. But a big shout out to Alpha for letting us use the helicopter that evening. My video clips get awfully fragmented at this point, but they packed all that plywood up onto the roof, which was no small chore. And then they packed all the shingles up the ladder. And then they put all the shingles down, and the Grace Ice and Water Shield, of course. I wasn't even there for most of this. I had to go fly. But it sure was exciting to have a dry space where we could put everything. This was an exciting day. Here's the dig out for the sauna. These guys helped me pack those great big 5x8 windows up from the runway. That was not a very fun job. And then we got one window put in. This phase felt like a huge accomplishment to get it framed in. It was Ray, Evan, and Elias. They did such an awesome job. They got it pretty much dried in, and then I just flew them home.
All you need, buddy, tape measure, hammer, and a tool belt. Gorgeous evening. Pulling out